Yo, traders. Welcome back to Simply Forex. Trader Tom here. Lovely to see you all. Hope you are all well. Hope you had a good weekend because I haven't seen you since. Guys, we are going to do the following for the next 45 minutes. We are going to look at a couple of trades that I am currently in. I literally just entered a trade about a quarter of an hour ago. We are also going to take as many of your questions as humanly possible. So don't be shy. Please leave as many questions as you like, guys, in the live chat. We've got some news coming out. So at 1:30, we do have some durable goods orders coming out. So this is important because I am in a US dollar Swiss franc sell trade. So yeah, that is the plan of attack, guys. What else did I want to tell you? This is my last week in the Philippines, so I'll be back in Dubai as of next week, guys. So not looking forward to going back to the desert heat, but I am looking forward to high-speed internet and my normal microphone. I just couldn't take my microphone because it's the size of my head. So yeah, there you go, guys. Last week in the Philippines. Any Filipino viewers, you have a beautiful country. I have loved it. Thank you for having me. Right, but let's start, guys, with a trade that I literally just took. And it was actually an indicator trade. So some of you may or may not know, over the, pretty much for the last year or even longer, we have been developing a price action indicator that basically trades how I trade. It's actually been trading a little bit better than how I trade. So I've had to swallow my ego a bit and adopt the indicator more and more into my trading, basically, guys, to be quite frank with you. And this Canadian dollar yen was exactly that, right? So let me talk you through this in terms of price action and exactly what I'm seeing, and then you can see how the indicator literally backs up what I'm saying. So let's go through the facts of the chart as I normally would, right? So as you can see, guys, we was in this uptrend, price came up to here, and then bang, we broke down, and we are pretty much in a downtrend. Actually, I would even adjust that structure. I would say this was structure, and this is where we're at. We are in a downtrend. We're getting lower highs, right? Lower lows. Okay. Now, even if you don't know price action that well, I've been doing it for bloody years, right? So obviously I know this. But look, the indicator just tells you there. It's bearish, right? So you're looking for sells. I'm just showing you why it's bearish, right? So it's bearish. We're looking for sells, okay? We also had, I know there's been some indecision here, right? But, as long as we don't break out of these highs, we're still looking for sells, guys, right? I know yesterday's candle, it was bank holiday in the UK, is bullish, but it's an inside candle. It's actually inside this candle. So that tells me sellers are still in control. This is the bigger of the candles, right? So we can still come lower. So that's what the daily is telling me, and that's what the indicator tells us anyway. Now, if we drop down to the H4, right, we are going to look at H4 structure now. So if we just follow H4 structure from up here, actually, I would say that starts here. Actually, there, right? So here we go. We're in a downtrend. We're not sure what's happening here. Does it quite break it? But then bang, we're clearly in a H4 downtrend. And really, that's where we still are, right? We're still in a H4 downtrend. Lower highs, right? And these lower lows. Now, admittedly, these lows are not breaking, but we've got daily in a downtrend. We've got H4 in a downtrend. and we just had this nice big bearish H4 candle. So I'm selling this. You can see exactly where I started selling. There's my stop loss, and I'm just looking to take price back down to here. So there you go, guys. That's H4 structure. But again, if you look at the indicator, if you look at the smart river that we have here, you can see this through here. It's red, right? So again, that's telling me that I can sell. So yeah, this is an indicator trade, really, based on my understanding of price action. So that's the first trade that I'm in, or literally just got in. I also entered a US dollar Swiss franc trade as well. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so that's good. That's the sort of H4 candle I want to see. Again, if we start with the day chart, right? I know a lot of people in the Discord were looking at this because we've had a fresh structure break, right? We was in this daily uptrend, and then it just becomes a bit sideways and a bit crappy. That is a technical term, crappy. Let me just have a drink of water, guys. And I don't know if you can see my eye. Can you see that? It's like totally bloodshot. Look, I've got like a Terminator eye. I think my daughter has been beating me while I'm asleep or something. I'm convinced someone's hit me when I'm asleep. But I'll live. I'm okay. I can still see. Anyway, back to the charts. That was a bit of a side point. Bang. Right. As soon as we break all of these lows in here, right, with this big bearish candle, okay, it's a sell trade because we are getting lower lows. We're also getting lower highs here. It was like a descending triangle. Okay. But again, if you know that or don't know that, right, here you go. Bang. Right. Bearish. Okay. The indicator's telling us this. So we are bearish. Now, I'm looking for sells. Admittedly, we did have a bit of a bullish candle yesterday. But for me, it just retraced to such a nice value area. I was still willing to sell this. Okay. So if we drop down to the H4 now, as long as this high doesn't break, as long as this doesn't break, I mean, if it does break, I'll be stopped out pretty much anyway. But as long as this H4 high, okay, now here's interesting, guys, right? Now, this really does depend. This is, what's the right word? This is quite subjective, okay? Now, H4 at this point, right, bang, is in a downtrend. We're getting lower lows. Now, do you class that as a level or not, right? Or as price just retraced to here? Okay, now it's very subjective. Even, like I say, I've been doing this for many years. That is subjective to me. Okay, but what I liked was simply this, right? Price has retraced into our smart river. Okay, then we got a nice big bearish H4 candle. And then I was still thinking, okay, shall we enter? And then price just retraced to here and gave me such a nice entry. It gave me so much value that all I need to do is take price back down to that low. That's all I need to do anyway, and put my stop loss here. So it became a more appealing trade the more it retraced. Okay, so I'm in this trade, guys, right? As long as it doesn't break that level, then it's still looking good. And, we're getting we're getting a lot of US dollar weakness as we speak. Now, like I say, we do have news coming out at 1/2 the hour. So I need to be wary of this, guys, right? So somebody please remind me that there is news coming out. And then, yeah, we will play Guess the News game, the best game on the internet ever invented. So yeah, that's me, guys. Really, that's the two trades I am in currently. I'm still in pound yen, actually. I've been in that for 12 years now. And again, yeah, I am doubled up on yen, right? I am in Canadian dollar yen and pound yen. But with pound yen, if we break this level here, if we break these highs here, I'm out. Right? So even if we got a big bullish candle like this, I would close this trade here and I would basically lose, if that was 1%, I'd basically lose half of that. Okay, so, you know, so far so good with pound yen. It's still looking bearish. Yeah, but yeah, I'm still in it, guys, pound yen and also in CAD yen. So there you go, guys. Those are the trades that I am in, but that is enough about me. What else did I want to share with you today? Because I don't see you. I don't see you till, you know, since Thursday. We've had the weekend. There's been many days in between. I feel as if I have to share things with you, but I cannot think about what I wanted to share with you. Can I also say about the fillings? The Philippines is the freshest produce you'll ever have. I'm literally eating vegetables that are picked that day, and I'm eating, you know, beef, lamb, pig, fish that is literally caught or slaughtered that day. Honestly, it's unbelievable how I've been eating. Anyway, let's stop talking about all that. Let's say hello to a few people. Brett, afternoon, Brett. How are you, mate? Adrian, afternoon. How are you, Adrian? Luigi, most Italian man in the world. Yusuf, hi, Yusuf. How are you? Hope you're doing good today, Yusuf. I am very well, thank you. Thank you for asking. Prathish, how are the Filipino girls? I am a married man, Prathish. Sir Subrosa, hi Tom, how are you? Jolma, how are you? Jolma, how are you finding the indicator? I know Jolma's using it. And Colin, what's up? Okay. All right, guys. And M, hi M, how are you? Right, we've got a question here. So Adrian is asking, is there a relationship between the FTSE opening at 8 a.m. UK time and how the pound pairs perform around that time? Yes. Right. Now, the relationship between the FTSE and the pound, there isn't much of a relationship there. Right, some people would disagree, right? But what you're seeing at 8 a.m. UK time is the volume in the market, and you're seeing some of the big boys, right? Some of, you know, the analysts, the traders in the big banks, the hedge funds, you know, investment firms. They're all sitting down ready for the 8 a.m. UK open. Like all the American traders are sitting down waiting for the New York Open, the New York Bell, right? There are traders poised, ready to pounce, right? Make no mistake about it. And some of these traders are going to be big boy traders, like big, large trade sizes, right? Now, the relationship between the FTSE and the pound isn't important at this time. What's important is that volume of money coming into the market and traders coming into the market, because that ultimately is what pushes price. So there's a lot of London open strategies out there. We've tested one ourselves in the VIP, right? And I actually did a strategy reaction vid to Tom Hogarth's London Open strategy as well. So there's lots of strategies out there. And basically, I mean, let's just look at pound US dollar, right? And what they are is, let's have a look at the 8 a.m. candle. Right. So there you go, right? There's the 8 a.m. candle. And what it's basically, a lot of the London Open strategies, I think my wooden leg has just fell off. A lot of I don't have a wooden leg. A lot of the London Open strategies are just basically taking advantage of that first hour. So from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., what are all those big buyers doing? And if you looked at this candle, you would suggest that they are buying, right? Because you've got a big bullish wick, and people take advantage of that buying pressure. So that's what you're seeing, and there's a lot of strategies around that. Let's have a look at the 8 a.m. candle previously, right? There you go. There's the previous 8 a.m. candle, this one here, right? 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., all the big boys are sat down at their desk. They've decided to sell pound US dollar, right? And it usually comes into a lot of pound pairs as well, right? So, yeah, you can see eventually price comes down. Buying pressure on that first candle, price goes up. So a lot of the strategies are that simplistic, and simple is best, guys, right? I must say. And if not, guys, check out the one in the VIP. Yeah, we used that for a little while, and that got some okay results. So yeah, Adrian, good question, and yeah, definitely it's the volume in the market at that time. That's what you're seeing. That is what is happening. Right, guys. Yeah. Okay, so Adrian, yeah, looked at the London opening stuff. Yeah, there's definitely a strategy there, right? And the beauty of the London Open strategies is you can be in and out and pretty much done, but that's your strategy. You're done. Go home, right? Not go. You're probably trading from home, but you know what I mean. You're done, right? Trade it. Boom. One trade done. There's a lot of good to be said about that, right? Guys, yeah, please don't forget to get all your questions over to me. Don't be shy. Also, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash that like button. I'm about to show you a few more trades that I'm looking at. Also, guys, please don't forget to come join our trading community. We have a free Discord channel. It's free. Come join it. You can talk to like-minded traders, share trades, have a chit chat. It's beautiful in there, right? Also, guys, don't forget to check out the website, www.simply-forex.com, and you can get access to all of our premium trading education, including our new Price Action Pro indicator. Also, guys, today's live stream is brought to you by Pepperstone, and if you sign up with Pepperstone today using our link, we will give you free VIP Discord access, and we will give you a free Essential Trading View subscription. What are you waiting for? This is a no-brainer. Swap your broker today. Right, guys, I want to show you another pair that I'm looking at. I really like pound Aussie dollar at the moment. Okay, so if we go to the day chart, and again, guys, right, it's a really nice. The indicator. I don't mean to keep prattling on about the indicator today, but it's really aiding my trading. I never, like. I have to swallow a bit of pride when I say this, right? It's the mechanics of it are helping me trade better, right? They're modernizing my trading, if you like, right? Not that I'm an old bastard, right? But you can see here, guys. So pound Aussie dollar, bang, right? It breaks that low, okay, with this candle here. So the indicator immediately tells you it's bearish, right? So I'm looking for sells, but I'm a price action I'm a price action trader, right? I can see that. But if you can't, the indicator's there for you. We're in a downtrend. I want to sell. Okay. Now, if we drop down to the H4, you can also see that we are tracking. Well, we're in a H4 downtrend, right? And we're tracking below the smart river. Okay. Now, all I'm looking for, guys, and this is how simple the indicator is a retrace into this river, right? Then I'm looking for a bearish candle, and then I will take pound Aussie dollar sells. That's it. That's how simple it is, guys. And that's exactly what I'm looking for. There's no need for me to overcomplicate it, right? Not that I do. You know, my trading is simple and simple price action, but that's exactly what I'm looking for with pound Aussie dollar. I really want to sell this pair. But yeah, you know, I have to wait for that retrace into value, which is what this represents. And then we can start selling. Yeah, what else was I looking at? Yeah, I'm still bullish yen, right? So as you know, guys, I'm in pound yen sells and Canadian dollar yen sells. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And obviously, guys, another thing about the indicator is we've got clearly marked. This is not me putting in a support and resistance level. That's the indicator. That's the indicator. This grey one here is me. Okay. So yeah, I'm still bullish pound yen, but obviously that has a lot to do. Sorry, I'm very bullish yen, but that has a lot to do with what the indices are going to do. Right, so if we take a quick look at these on the day chart, you know, this push up was just because of Powell at Jackson Hole, right? He said, you know, he basically, you know, implied an interest rate cut and the indices become strong. But before then, they were selling off. So it's difficult to understand what is going on with the indices, right? You've got the S&P at these all-time highs again, you know, bearish reaction. The Dow Jones, I mean, that is a different ball game because that has clearly broken, right, out of this key resistance level. So this is suggesting bullish, right? But the Nasdaq, the S&P, less so. Let's have a look at the FTSE. Let's have a look at the weekly chart. Again, I mean, that's just looking very bullish as well. So, you know, the bullishness of the indices is obviously going to affect the yen as well. So we must keep an eye on that, guys. Must keep an eye on that correlation between indices and yen, right? And any flight to safety. If the indices are doing this, right, flight to safeties are weak, right? Flight to safeties like yen, Swiss franc, and gold, right, are weak. But if the indices start doing that, then the opposite is true. These will become very strong. So that's the real correlation we need to keep an eye on right now. And interestingly, right, the indices, yeah, are looking pretty bullish, but the yen pairs like pound yen, yeah, are still looking quite bearish, right? Yen strength. So that correlation is breaking a little bit, right? The indices aren't that bearish, okay? But yen is still strong at the moment. Yeah, you can just see, look at all these wicks, look at these top wicks. That's all yen selling pressure, right? So there's an interesting correlation going on there. One of them needs to be wrong. If the indices keep pushing up, this is what will happen with pound yen, right? So must be keep an eye on that correlation, guys. Moving, just keep an eye on that every single day. If you're going to trade yen, say to yourself, what are the indices doing, right? Or any flight to safety, gold, Swiss franc, whatever you're trading. Right, we've got news in 5 minutes. Brett, thank you very much. We will keep an eye out for that. And guys, yeah, please don't be shy. Please get as many questions over to me as possible. I'm here for the next, you know, until 45 past. And please get as many questions as you like about trading over to me. What else did we want to look at today? No, no, that's about it in terms of trades. Euro Swiss franc. I'm looking at this one. So this is an interesting one, guys, right? So this is something that you must be aware of as well. Okay, now Euro Swiss franc. If I look at this feed, this is Oanda. Okay, now if I showed you this, right, and you saw this, you would say that low has broken with that candle. And I would totally agree. And on the Oanda feed, I would say Euro Swiss franc is now in a downtrend, right? It's broken these lows, okay? But on some of the other brokers, it hasn't. Let's have a look at FX, for example, right? It hasn't broken. Yeah, it hasn't broken those lows. And I just noticed that amongst brokers today. So it's, that's important. We just need to, it's not super important, but you need to keep an eye out for it, right? Having said that, even if this hasn't broken those lows, just, look at that candle. Look at yesterday's candle. That is very much a bearish selling candle. And on the weekly chart, another reason why I like Euro Swiss franc is we are in this range, right? We're basically ranging between here and here. So will we complete this range with Euro Swiss franc? It's looking like sellers are in control. So potentially, yes. But like I say, guys, I would really like to see a break of this level through here, right? If we get a clean break, something like this, bit of a retrace back to the smart river, and then we can start coming lower. So yeah, Euro Swiss franc, we are keeping an eye on that. Okay, Sir Subrosa has wants to look at Euro Aussie dollar. All right, let's do that. Let me have a quick drink. While I do, guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the notification button, and please smash the like button. Please come join our free Discord. It's free. It's a beautiful community where the flowers grow. Check out the website with all of our premium trading education, including the new Price Action Pro indicator. And also just come say hello and say, Tom, nice t-shirt. I'll tell you what I have forgot to mention is how the mighty Liverpool beat Newcastle last night. A little bit undeserved, but in the 100th minute, Liverpool beat Newcastle 3-2. I was so happy. So if you've got any Newcastle fans in, commiserations. You had a very good game. If there are any Liverpool fans in, well done for supporting Liverpool. We are bloody brilliant. Right, before we look at Euro Aussie dollar Sir Subrosa, let's hold on. So we've got a minute until the news comes out. Okay, so we've got some US dollar news coming out. Let me have a look at my US dollar Swiss franc trade. I am selling this, guys, right now. So we'll keep an eye on this, and I will get my, if price starts moving aggressively against, I may well get out of this trade. So we got that coming out in 30 seconds. Who is going to win the Premier League? I'm a Liverpool fan, so I think Liverpool. But what do you think, guys? Who's going to win the Premier League? Adrian, I forgot you are a Gooner. Oh, God, not LFC. Adrian, I think we have you next week. Playing you next week. Right, let's have a look at the news, guys, coming out right now. Okay, quite muted. I'm keeping an eye on my trade, guys. If I do see anything, I may just close it out. Okay, but nothing majorly happening there. If anything, a little bit of US dollar weakness. Let's have a look at pound US dollar. Yeah, this is pushing up a little bit. So maybe some US dollar weakness. Euro US dollar. Very minimal reaction to that news, guys. It's not big news, right? It's core durable goods. I'm going to say Sherlock Holmes here is going to say that the news was slightly worse than expected for the US dollar. Let's take a look. There we go. Egg on my face once again. That is a lot better for the US dollar, right? That really is. That's better. And that's a lot better. That's far better than expected, right? So we should be seeing some positivity in the indices, and even a little bit with the US dollar as well. So let's go back to the US dollar. Very muted. We're seeing nothing with the US dollar. But let's take a look at the indices now. Okay, so yeah, we're seeing a little bit of bullish pressure here, right? We're seeing a little bit of bullish pressure. Let's have a look at the S&P. Okay, so a little bit of bullishness with the indices off the back of that. Shout out to Bass. Bass was looking at buying the Dow Jones. It's not looking like a bad trade all of a sudden. So Bass is one of our guys that's using the indicator. You can see H4 has broken higher. We've retraced back to the smart river. You can see the daily signal is to buy. Bass, you may be onto something here. This is looking like potentially a good trade. I would like to see something a little bit more bullish fly out of here. If we got a candle like that, then there's every possibility we can take price back to these highs. So yeah, Bass, I'm liking your thinking there. That could well be a buy trade according to the Indicator Pro. Okay, good. We've got some football banter coming in. Adrian Kelly is united. Commiserations, Adrian. They have got off to a terrible start. Guys, those of you that have tuned in to talk about trading, we do like to talk a little bit about Premier League football as well. It's very important. You know, things in my life, it's like Premier League football is the highest, and then things like family and trading, you know, are much lower than Premier League football. Dear. People tell me I've got my priorities wrong. I disagree. The Premier League football is the most important thing on planet Earth. Right, Adrian's United. Tom, do you watch rugby? Not really. I did watch, obviously when Johnny Wilkinson did the drop goal in, what was that? That was like, I can't remember the year. If anyone can tell me the year. I watched that. I was truly captivated when we won the World Cup. But yeah, not much of a rugby fan, really. So Fear Nameless wants to take a look at gold. No problem. Before we do, let's just take a look at this comment from Feroz. Don't get too excited. Embrace yourself for a thrashing next week when we confirm our Premier League Cup. Okay, so we have an Arsenal fan with Feroz. Arteta the boss. Okay, we've got a United fan. We've got an Arsenal fan. Any Liverpool fans in? Please back me up, Liverpool fans. Right, back to a bit of trading. We'll go back to Premier League talk soon. Look at gold. Okay, let's do exactly that. Gold is full of contradictions, right? Let me explain. Gold, yeah, is so full of contradictions, gold. Right now, let's start with the weekly and do a top-down approach. Right, this is how I approach the market. I use price action to tell me exactly what to do. Right, so on the weekly, we have we found a ceiling with gold, right? And we're basically here now. But we found this ceiling, you know, in the words of Gandalf, you shall not pass. This is what this resistance level is like, right? So we have that. And also now price has become a little bit of a range, really, right? We're kind of ranging between here and here. These are the things I'm seeing with gold. And then if you just look at the last 2 weeks candles, right? Big selling candle, bullish candle. There's even contradiction with the candles. Okay, so it's tricky for those reasons, gold. You know, there's a good argument to buy gold. There's a good argument to sell gold on the weekly, right? And this is not really what we want as a trader. We want it very clear, okay? Another reason why the indicator is so good, right? If we go to the daily now, right, and we look at this now, so let's get everyone involved, actually, guys, right? Let's get everyone involved. So if you looked at the daily chart on gold, right, what would you say is the trend, right? Everyone right now, just looking at the daily chart, what would you say is trend, right? I'm intrigued to see what everyone thinks. So everyone in the live chat, please leave a comment. Either say uptrend, downtrend, or ranging. What is gold, guys, on the day chart? While you do that, I am going to have a drink. So top GG feels quite passionate about gold. Gold will blow your account no matter what you do. The trend is saying you might blow an account. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, some people get a feeling about a certain currency pair, a commodity, and they just don't get on well with it. I never used to get on well with the DAX, but it's all in my head, right? It's the DAX that doesn't care about me, right? And gold, you know, doesn't care about top GG top, but gold's cost you money previously, obviously. Right, so Adrian is saying ranging. Brett is saying uptrend, but it's a mess. Sir Subrosa is saying range. And gold is like my ex, she will take you for everything. Yeah. Yeah. Top G and Brett, I think you agree with gold. And 2003 for the rugby. Thank you very much, guys. I was wondering, yeah, 2003. That was awesome. The rugby then, brilliant. I got so captivated by it. So anyone else getting involved, guys? What is the trend of gold right now looking at the day chart? Please leave a comment right now. Okay, Parandeep, we'll take a look at Swiss franc yen. Maleko, okay, we'll take a look at that. But let's just focus on gold, guys. So people are saying ranging uptrend. It's disgusting, is what it is, right? Now, there's an argument for that. But what's that, right? You are getting higher lows, right? But you are getting lower highs. So it's a real tricky one, guys, right? Now, there's also a little bit more intertwined in here, right? But what I would do is this, guys. When you start seeing this, you get lower highs, higher lows. Join them up, right? Get a triangle and join them up, right? Do that. Do that. and that's where you're at, right? Now, basically, that's what we're seeing, right? We're seeing a triangle, really, and that's often the case when you're getting lower highs and higher lows, right? Join them together. Now, the thinking is, if we get a push out of the triangle, let's say today's candle finishes like this, it's suggesting we can go higher, right? We've broken out of the triangle. Or if price ended up just contracting, which it does with chart patterns typically, and we get a structure break or a break out of the triangle, we can sell. But right now, just not touching gold, really. You know, it's at a resistance level as well. It's disgusting. That is more disgusting than Man United last year in the league. Sorry, Adrian, had to get that in. Okay. We had another question here. So this is a good question, right? How do you get an edge in the market? This is a really good question because there's so many traders and gurus out there who all they keep saying is trade your edge, right? And I'm sure a lot of new traders are like, what the hell is my edge? Now, your edge is made up of three things. It is made up of your strategy, right? You know, when to enter, when to exit, and everything that makes up your strategy, right? Are you trading with trend? Are you trading the H4? Are you using daily direction? You know, are you looking for support? Are you using a moving average? You know, what makes up your strategy in terms of entry and exit, right? That's the first part of your edge. The second part of your edge is your money and risk management. Okay. How much am I willing to risk for this trade? Do I add to positions? Am I scaling into positions? Right? How much am I willing to risk maximum? All of these things come into your money management. Okay. So that's the second part of your edge. And the third part of your edge is your brain, is your psychology, right? Your emotions and how you handle them. You know, you do need a plan to manage your emotions. I struggled with this. I was like, I don't need a plan. My emotions will be fine. I was a effing mess, right? For a good couple of years of trading, all over the show psychologically, right? So yeah, you need a plan on how to deal with it, right? You know, if you can feel maybe you've had a run of bad trades, maybe you've had a run of good trades, maybe you're getting complacent, maybe you're trading with fear, maybe you're trading with anger, right? You need to be aware of that and put plans in place to deal with it. Even if it's something as simple as taking some deep breaths, walking away from the screen, you know, going to get some fresh air, do 20 press ups. I know a trader that does that. If he gets in that sort of funk, he goes and does 20 press ups, or was it sit ups? He does a few exercises, right? So you need a plan for those three things. And they are what makes up your trading edge, right? Now, the difficult thing with trading is that you are juggling those three balls, right? I can juggle, by the way. I can juggle three balls. I just wanted to share that with everyone. I actually juggled some oranges today to amuse my daughter. She wasn't that amused, right? But you need to juggle those three things. And the bastard of trading is you can't drop one of them. If you don't follow your strategy to the plan, something will go wrong. If you don't follow your money and risk management, something will go wrong. If you aren't psychologically right for the trade, something will go wrong. So that is what makes trading difficult. You're juggling those three balls every single day, and you can't drop one of them. It all comes tumbling down. So being aware of that and understanding that, what makes up your trading edge, that will help you with your performance. If you can give yourself 10 out of 10 every day with regards to those three things, that is your edge, your performance, right? And that's what you need to focus on every single day. And on that note, guys, thank you very much for joining me today. Please don't forget to smash that like button and come join us, guys. Check out the VIP. You can use the QR code on the screen. Sorry, not the VIP, the Discord, and come check out our website if you want access to the Price Action 101 indicator. Have a great trading day, guys, and I'll see you again soon for more of the same.